Have you ever woken up in the morning and thought, man, I don't know what to do with my hair? Well, I have just the solution for you. A braid in your hair is simple and easy, and it's not timely at all. Today, I will be discussing with you why braiding your hair benefits society, the materials you need, and different kinds of braids, and how exactly to braid your hair. So let's get to twisting. As our first strand crosses over, we'll first take a look at how braiding your hair can benefit society. We do know that there are many different kinds of braids, but we'll get to that part later. There are two different kinds of braids that represent two different cultures, African culture and Native American culture. In an article by Maya Allen, she talks about that braids in your hair represent different cultures with their patterns. For example, Native American cultures have different braids that can represent their age, wealth, marital status, and even their religion. Braiding in African culture also evolved from their elders when they sat down and braided their young children's hair, which they eventually caught on and passed it down from generation to generation. African culture is known for cornrows, and Native American culture is known for those two pigtail braids. Braiding your hair benefits society by making a culture stand out, so it shows where you're from. In an article by Pattern, which is a beauty product, it talks about how braiding can also benefit yourself. It protects your scalp, promotes growth, and prevents breakage and lice, and it also maintains moisture. Preventing breakage and lice is so helpful, especially in a public setting, to keep your hair out of your face. As our other strand crosses over to the center, let's take a look at the different materials you need to braid your hair. For just a simple 3-strand braid, which you will see shortly, all you might need is a hairbrush and an elastic. But for those more complex braids, Instructables describes that you may need a spray bottle, hair gel, or styling paste to keep those braids in place. For different cultured braids like box braids or cornrows, you may need oils, mousse, or a rat tail comb to help with parting and to make sure that those braids last a long time, because that is what they're meant for. There are 4 different kinds of braids as well. There is a French braid, Dutch braid, 4-strand braid, and a fishtail braid. These kinds of braids can be done on all types of hair. It just has to be within the skill. Now, let's learn how exactly to braid. An article by Ipsy gave me 5 simple steps that are easy to follow and teach you how to braid your hair. First, as we start braiding our hair, we're going to want to detangle our hair first. Make sure that there are no knots in it. This is step 1. Having no knots in your hair is very simple, and it makes your braid look neater, as well as it is way easier to take out afterwards. For step 2, all you want to do is split your hair into 3 separate sections that are equal. In your left hand, you will have a left section, and in your right hand, you will have a center section. I meant a right section. Completing step 2. Now for step 3, we want to hold our hair tight at the base and cross that left section over the center. Now your left section is known as your center section. And for step 4, your right section in your right hand crosses to make the new center. Keeping this base tight will help so that way there are no puffy edges at the braid. To continue repeating the braiding process, we want to continue to take the left section and cross it over the center, and the right section and crossing that over the center. While doing this, you want to keep a few things in mind. These things are making sure to keep pulling it tight so that way the braid does not puff out, and you want to make sure that all your sections are evenly braided so that way the braid is not curvy. Now that our hair is braided and we've continued our repeating process, let's take a recap at what we have learned today. First, We learned the benefits of society, how the materials you need, and what kinds of braids there are, and how exactly to braid your hair. Now, before I put an elastic to end this braid, I want to leave you with a little quote. Braids are like a journey. They start small and simple, and with every twist and turn, they become something beautiful. Unknown. Thank you.